Billings Clinic provides mental health care to most of the state of Montana and also 40% of Wyoming counties. And so it's really important for us to think about different ways to provide access to mental health care because we have this large regional catchment. So when you think about Montana, it's a really unique situation because if you look at corner to corner across the state of Montana, we have, it's the same distance as it is from Chicago to Washington, D.C., but we only have this one psychiatry residency program. So we have to think about innovative ways to reach all the people in this wide geographic region.
Montana consistently posts the highest suicide rate in the nation. In general, there is an abundant lack of access to mental health care, not only in Montana, but throughout this part of the country. We desperately need psychiatrists, and the surest way of making sure that psychiatrists are available in a given region is having them train there, because a lot of people stay where they train. And so this is a way for us to really have people who have a commitment to serving Billings, Montana, and the greater region come train with us and really get the training they need to lead in the field of psychiatry and in general in healthcare in the communities throughout this area.
The mission of the residency is to train providers to work in all sorts of settings, but particularly being able to outreach to rural communities that need mental health care the most.
I think some of the innovations that Billings Clinic has is we started Project Echo, where we expand healthcare outcomes to the rural settings in Montana. We have 4 Project Echoes that are currently going. Integrated behavioral health in adult and pediatrics, as well as a Department of Corrections.
I think that we get to see patients that wouldn't normally, or I think there are patients that wouldn't reach out for counseling, or there's still stigma around getting mental health care. And so I think we get to really provide whole person care, and we get to help reduce stigma, and that they get to get this type of treatment and support in primary care.
There's the empath unit, the psychiatric stabilization unit, which is a really special thing to be able to add to crisis intervention and emergency psychiatry, and will allow us, and has already allowed us, to help to stabilize people outside of the inpatient unit so that they don't have to go all the way to hospitalization.
What a resident can expect when they match to our program is that they'll spend their first 2 years in Seattle, Washington, and then when they get to Billings and they get to Montana, they'll spend their first year doing rotations here at Billings Clinic. So they'll be in our inpatient unit for a month. They'll be doing a lot of child and adolescent, both on inpatient units and youth partial. They'll be doing a lot of training in consults and ECT. And then they'll be doing a lot of ambulatory care. So they'll be doing a lot of outpatient, integrated behavioral health, telepsychiatry, and they'll get supervision and didactics here. And then really in their 4th year, we plan to shape their 4th year based on their personal interests and passions.
The addiction focus, given so many of our patients have substance use disorders and treatment needs, I think by having residents work alongside myself and others, they're going to have a lot of exposure to a wide variety of patients, many of whom are underserved, and they will be ready to be community leaders, really working on the forefronts in communities throughout the region to help deliver care in a vastly different setting in comparison to a place like Seattle.
And what I'm hoping is that the residents' experience here, because of the size and because of the relationships that we can have, I'm hoping that it'll be a hard place to leave.
You will be treated with a high degree of respect. People will be very interested in teaching you and having you be a part of the experience. You'll experience quite a bit of leadership ability straight from the beginning.
We're hoping to train psychiatrists to be leaders. We want people to be change agents in rural communities. We want people who are going to be interested in thinking outside the box. I find Billings to be a very easy place to live, especially moving here from New York City. It's a very welcoming place. It's easy to get places. There's a lot in terms of art and culture and restaurants, but also a wide variety of outdoor activities.
One of the things that I think growing up here and then that draws me to just this area is the accessibility to just like the rims and walking, hiking, biking. I'm a cyclist, so I can hop on my bike right after work and get in an amazing ride.
It's amazing. So just quickly about my family and me. Again, I'm originally from San Diego. My wife is French national from French Basque Country. She's only known San Francisco and Seattle before coming here. And simply put, we wouldn't live anywhere else. We love it. We have 2 daughters. The quality of life, insofar as access to nature, public services, and like really affordable housing is unparalleled.